Hey guys, today we're going to make my family's special ham and cheese sandwiches, and these are a great sandwich to make because they're really easy to put together in a crunch if you want a quick snack, lunch, or dinner. And they're also great for parties because you can make a bunch of them ahead of time, put them in the fridge until you're ready to warm them up, and then you can serve a lot of people really easily. They're a no-fuss type of sandwich. You can basically put any type of cheese or meat that you want on it. We traditionally make it in my family with ham and cheese. But today we're going to make it with turkey and cheese just because that's the meat that I have on hand. So you only need a couple of things to make this recipe. The first is some deli meat, and today I'm going to use some honey smoked turkey breast. We traditionally make it with ham, but I don't happen to have any ham on hand today. You'll need some kind of cheese. I'm using Swiss cheese, and I like my cheese and my meat sliced really thin, but you should get it sliced the way that you prefer. Then you'll need some kind of hamburger bun. These ones just happen to be from Arnold. I usually just buy the cheapest ones at my local grocery store, but these ones looked really good today. You can also make it on a hoagie roll or flatbread if you prefer that. It's really all about the type of sandwich you like to eat. You'll need some kind of mustard. I'm using Plockman's yellow mustard, but if you like spicy mustard, you can use spicy mustard instead. You'll need a little bit of butter, a little bit of diced onion, and I've already diced my onion really finely because we're not going to cook the sauce very heavily, so I don't want two big chunks of onion in my sauce. And then you'll need some salt and pepper to taste. So we're going to start with making the sauce first, and this is really simple. It just requires a bowl, your ingredients, and a microwave to lightly heat the sauce through. So what I'm going to do is take my onions first, and I've got about maybe 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of onions here. And I'm going to make 6 tablespoons of sauce for 4 sandwiches. Like I said, I use about a tablespoon of sauce on each sandwich, but I don't measure it out exactly. And I always make a little bit extra because sometimes the bread that you use does suck up a lot of sauce, and you want to make sure that there's enough on the sandwiches. So I'm going to change the original recipe from my family, and the original recipe for the sauce is 50% ratio of butter to 50% ratio of mustard mixed in with the onions and some salt and pepper. Now I know a lot of people are really conscious of calories, so I'm going to change the recipe slightly, and this is one of those things that you can add as much or as little of anything in the recipe that we're making. So if you want a lot of onions, you can add more onions. If you don't want a lot of butter, just take it out completely or add less. So I'm making 6 tablespoons of sauce, so I'm going to change the ratio from 50 to 50 to 1 to 2. So I'm making 6 tablespoons of sauce, so I'll add 2 tablespoons of butter to 4 tablespoons of mustard. So what I'm going to do first is measure out the butter, and I'm going to cut about 2 tablespoons off a stick of butter. Now this can be softened or hardened, and what I'm going to do is put that in the bowl with my onions, and I'm going to microwave that for about 20 seconds. And what that's going to do is melt the butter, and it's also going to lightly cook the onions with the butter so that some of their juices sort of get released into the sauce. It's going to taste really oniony and a really nice, just mustardy, oniony sauce. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to stir it around, and then I'm going to put it back in the microwave for another 10 to 15 seconds. Mix that up again, and now I'm going to add my mustard. So I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of mustard to this. I'm going to just use a standard sort of small shaped spoon. I can't find my tablespoon measurement, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to just sort of eyeball 4 tablespoons roughly. And then what I'm going to do is mix that up. And it might sort of separate slightly initially when the butter is being mixed with the mustard, but as you continue to mix it, and we're going to microwave it one last time, everything should make one nice consistent sauce. So now I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. And I like my sauces really peppery, and a little bit of salt. Now this is the type of sauce where you can add any kind of seasoning that you like. If you like it spicy, you could add some cayenne pepper or spicy pepper. If you want it garlicky, you can add garlic to it. Any spice goes in this sauce, and you can definitely change it up to how you like it. So So I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to microwave it for another 15 seconds. I'm going to stir that again just to make sure it's all mixed well. And this is kind of what the sauce looks like. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a nice mustardy sauce. So what I've already done here is I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees because this is a baked sandwich, and that's why it's perfect for parties or something that's really quick that you want to eat. And we're going to cook it in tinfoil, so you don't actually need a pan or a pot or of any kind. So that makes it really quick and easy, and you just throw the tinfoil out after you're done, and then there's no cleanup. So what I've already done is I've pre-ripped 4 pieces of tinfoil because I'm going to wrap each sandwich individually. So then I set it up kind of like an assembly line. I take out my buns. Alright, I take a piece of tinfoil, I lay my bun on it, and then I'm going to take a spoon and just take about a tablespoon of sauce onto the top of the bun. I'm going to spread it around, trying to get it to the edges. And then you're going to take a piece of cheese. And I usually fold it in half because the pieces I have are a little bit bigger than the buns. And I put that on the top. And then I take between a piece to 2 pieces of turkey. I don't like a lot of meat on my sandwiches. If you wanted more meat, you should put as much as you like. And then basically I just close the sandwich. And then I'm going to make a little packet. So I fold the tinfoil up, and then I'm going to fold it down around the sandwich and then make a little sort of package. So I'll do one more for you to show you. Take my bun, put it on the tinfoil, take about a tablespoon of sauce, spread it all over the top of the bun. It's okay if a little bit oozes out. This doesn't have to be perfectly neat. Take a couple of pieces of turkey breast. Take your cheese, put it on top. Put the bun on top, and then you're going to fold your package up. It doesn't have to be folded in any particular way, just whatever works for you and is easiest. So then once I've got all the sandwiches put together, I'm going to pop them in the oven at 350 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes. If you like your sandwich just lightly heated through and melted, I would leave it towards the 5-minute range. If you like it a little bit maybe crunchy, where the bun starts to get a little bit crunchy on the outside, I would leave it towards 10 minutes and maybe even a little bit longer. It depends on how your particular oven works. So we're going to come back when I finished assembling these and baked them, and I will show you what the final product looks like. Alright, so I finished baking these sandwiches. I just took them out of the oven. They're nice and warm. They're sizzling a little bit, and they're also nice and a little bit crunchy on the top and bottom of the bun. This is kind of what it looks like once it comes out. I've unpackaged this, so hopefully you can see. It's just nice and warm. All the cheese is melted. It's slightly oozing out the sides. And I would just eat this probably with a little bit of potato chips, and I have a pickle that I put on my sandwich here that I'm going to eat it with. I love pickles. My favorites are Clausen's dill pickles. And if you wanted to keep it a little bit lighter, I would probably eat it with some sliced up vegetables like cucumbers and carrots and things like that. And then it would be a nicely balanced meal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really simple sandwich. I'm going to probably try and do a little bit of a close-up after this to show you. And like I said, I hope you enjoy and have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.